week 11 of 14. Guys, this week coming up, you'll see some slight adjustments in the program. Mostly the same setup as we've been doing. I know we've been doing kind of the same general setup for the last 3 or 4 weeks. So you'll see mostly the same again, but starting to see inching into the competition phase, all right? Also, we're going to be setting you up to transition into a new transition out of the old squat program. This is going to be the last week of the current squat program that we're on. So towards the end of the week in the front squats, you're going to see 6 sets of 6 at 80%. You guys have talked about it before. You've known that was coming. Hang in there for me 1 more week. I'm confident that you guys will be able to make it through, especially if you chose the right weight, if you went off of a very current max front squat. You should definitely be able to make it through that, and we'll get into something else after that squat wise. All right, just some exercises that you're going to see in the program this coming week, and some of them have been in there leading up to this point. Some of them are we've done before, but are kind of we're revisiting them. The pull under, so you're going to see snatch pull under and clean pull under in there. Again, look at the videos. We do have a different snatch pull under variation, so the variation that you're going to see is from extension, so from a heel lift, from a slight shrugged shoulder. Take a look at that video, look at the descriptions, make sure you're doing it right. Biggest things on either one of those is that you're just pulling under from wherever you're at, and that you're not dipping down either with the knees or from the hip, leaning forward to then come back up and initiate. So we want you just to go basically back and underneath the bar, and you'll see that on those videos in the description. Snatch deadlift from the blocks, we started out just picking it up and putting it down. We added in the shrug and heel lift. We're still the same as we were last week, so this week's going to be the same as last week in regards to just pick it up, stop briefly, shrug and heel lift, just straight up, nice and slow, and then back down. Make sure that you are getting that pause in there, that you're actually stopping. That's what that plus is indicating. We stand up, we stop, we shrug, heel lift, we put it back down, we completely reset, and then we do it again. Over the next couple weeks, we're going to start to try to put that together. So if you've kind of done that out of order, I think I noticed, I've been noticing a couple people that have been trying to put that together a little bit already. So make sure you're with us where we're at currently on that progression. And say if you've kind of gone ahead, then what you can do once I write it as it's put together, then you can maybe do half of those reps where you stop and then shrug and heel lift, and then half where you put it together, just so you get close to the number of reps that you were supposed to get in there, done the way that we wanted them to do. Okay, a little bit of a break from the jerks this week, so take this opportunity to just get some light technique work in there. We're doing behind the neck jerk grip push jerk, or behind the neck jerk grip push press, and alternating that with some wall dip. So just want to kind of remind you of that feel, put that drill back in there that we've done before, and hopefully we stay on top of some good movement, some good dipping movement in there. Okay, power clean from the block that we've been doing for the last couple weeks, just inching up the weight a little bit. We're adding another set. You're up to about 85% now, so hopefully you guys have a good number that you're going off of. Again, if you're starting to slip on that quality, then maybe take that number down, the number that you're taking the percentage off, take that down, and or just separate the set a little bit. So sets of 5 currently. Again, you can do those 1 rep at a time if you have to. Do them as clusters, so 1 rep every 30 seconds, 1 rep every 40-45 seconds, whatever that is. That's going to allow you to get those reps in and remind yourself of what those standards are that we're looking for. Okay, overhead squat with a narrow grip. We did this last week. You'll be doing it again this week. And again, narrow grip means anything more narrow than your snatch grip. So just come in ½ an inch on each side if you need to as you go through sets, and as you go back and forth between mobility and those sets. Try to inch it in a little bit, even if you're going up in weight. You should be able to at least inch in a little bit on each set, especially if you're starting out wide. If you're good to go with your jerk grip, don't worry about going any more narrow than that. Just worry about working up in weight and using it as a kind of an overhead strengthening exercise as opposed to an overhead mobility exercise. Okay, so wherever you're at on that, just don't skip steps like we talk about all the time. Don't skip steps. wherever you're at, that's fine. We'll be able to move forward better if you're doing mobility work as opposed to strength work first. Okay. That's it for the week, guys. The only other thing I wanted to mention is that we have a new podcast coming out. If you guys haven't listened to any of our podcasts yet, Vaughn Weightlifting Podcast, hopefully you can kind of backtrack. We've had Kendrick Ferris on, we've had Dave Durante on, and then this will be our 4th episode coming up, where it's just Adam and I kind of talking back and forth about a couple things. This one that's coming up lets you know where I've been for the last couple weeks, what I've been doing, kind of an update there. And then also we kind of get into kind of the skill of competing, mindset, visualization, and stuff like that. So hopefully you guys will listen in. Other than that, I'll be back here next week to talk to you guys about week 12 of 14. So take care, guys.